Welcome back to the Listen Up Girl podcast, your LGBTQ news show bringing you the biggest stories in culture, equality, and community. I bring you news as quickly as I can and as often as needed. Today is Sunday, October the 12th, and I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman, and let's dive in. Our first story is a gay throuple makes legal history in Canada. A Canadian family is making international headlines after a gay throuple adopted a 3-year-old girl, marking a groundbreaking moment in the country's ongoing conversation around family rights. After more than 2 years of fostering the child, Eric LeBlanc, Jonathan Bedard, and Justin Mahy, who are in a committed polyamorous relationship, officially became her adopted parents last Thursday. While the adoption itself has been approved, the trio now faces a new legal challenge: getting their regional government to recognize the parental rights of all 3 men. Under current Canadian law, most provinces still limit legal parenthood to 2 individuals, a system that doesn't account for modern, non-traditional family structures. The men say their goal isn't just about personal recognition, but about setting a precedence for other loving families who don't fit the traditional mold. Speaking to CTV News, the throuple emphasized that love makes a family, not numbers, not gender. They described the past 2 years as a journey of patience, perseverance, and unconditional love as they navigated the foster care system. Their story has sparked a national debate about what family truly means in 2025 and whether the law can keep up with the evolving realities of love and parenting. Ooh, that is a lot because give a little girl 3 parents. Who cares? She's got a lot of love. She had no parents. Now she's got 3. So just give it to her. But being in a throuple, that just seems like a lot of work. More work than I'd want to put into a relationship. Because sometimes one person is enough. Anyway, we're going to cut that part out. Story number 2 is celebrating National Coming Out Day. On Saturday, October the 11th, this week also marked National Coming Out Day, a time to honor courage, authenticity, and the power of visibility within the LGBTQ plus community. Whether you've been out for decades, came out yesterday, or still navigating that journey, that day was for you. It's a reminder that coming out isn't just a one-time event, it's a lifelong process of embracing who you are and sharing the truth with the world on your own terms. It's also a day to celebrate the allies who create safe spaces for others to be seen. As the Human Rights Campaign says each year, every time someone speaks their truth, hearts open and closets close. So to everyone living boldly and to those who can't safely do so yet, we see you, we celebrate you, and we are standing with you. Next, we go to Wyoming, where a fired Wyoming library director wins $700,000 settlement. In Wyoming, a major First Amendment victory has been secured for free speech and LGBTQ plus inclusion. Terry Leslie, the former director of Campbell County Public Library, was fired in 2023 after refusing to remove books that contained LGBTQ plus themes or addressed sexual health. Her dismissal came after nearly 3 decades of service in the library system, and it ignited national outrage over censorship in public institutions. Now, after a long legal battle, Leslie has reached a $700,000 settlement with county officials. She says the fight was never about the money, but the principle. I do feel vindicated, Leslie told reporters. It's a tough road, but I'll never regret standing up for the First Amendment. The case began when conservative residents complained about titles they deemed inappropriate for young readers. When Leslie refused to pull them from the shelves, the library board terminated her. Her lawsuit argued that officials had violated her constitutional rights, and a federal court agreed. Her attorney, Iris Halpin, said she hopes the outcome sends a message to every public library, every district, and every state that discrimination and censorship are not only unconstitutional, but un-American. The case highlights the growing national tension between free expression, conservative moral crusades targeting LGBTQ plus content, and for librarians everywhere. It's a sign that standing up for access to information still matters. That was reported by Pink News and CBS. Our next story is remembering Diane Keaton. On Saturday, Diane Keaton, the Hollywood star, said goodbye. And our next story is remembering Diane Keaton. The Hollywood is saying goodbye to one of the most beloved legends. Diane Keaton, the Oscar-winning actress known for Annie Hall, The Godfather, The First Wives Club, has passed away at the age of 79. Keaton's legacy spans over 5 decades, defined by her charm, wit, and fearlessness that made her one of Hollywood's most original voices. She defied gender norms with her signature menswear looks, championed women's independence on screen, and brought quirky intelligence to every role she played. From her tender romance with Woody Allen's neurotic Alvy Singer to her powerhouse performance as Kay Adams in The Godfather, Diane Keaton taught audiences that women could be complex, imperfect, and unforgettable. Her influence extended far beyond acting. She was a director, author, and the style icon that she was. Tributes from across the industry, tributes across the entertainment industry have poured in, celebrating a woman who made being authentically herself her life's greatest performance. Next, Congress passes defense bill with anti-DEI riders. As the U.S. government shutdown enters its 10th day, the Senate has narrowly passed its version of the National Defense Authorization Act, a bill that conservatively includes an anti-transgender and anti-DEI provision. Despite concerns, 26 Democrats joined the Republicans in supporting the measure, citing the need to keep essential funding flowing. But several prominent progressive senators, including Tammy Baldwin, the first openly gay U.S. senator, as well as Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, refused to back the bill. Critics argue that the inclusion of riders targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in the military is part of a broader political strategy to undermine LGBTQ plus protections nationwide. The bill now moves to reconciliation with the House, where negotiations are expected to be heated, with LGBTQ plus advocates urging lawmakers to strip out the discriminatory amendments before final passage. It's funny that you have a bill that you're trying to, it has nothing to do with DEI or transgender people, and you throw in something in there too. It just seems like a backward-ass way of doing things, but... Next story, Miss Major returns home for hospice care. A beloved icon of trans rights movement, Miss Major Griffin Gracie, has returned home for hospice care after being hospitalized with sepsis and a blood clot. And a veteran of the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, Miss Major has spent decades fighting for the dignity and safety of transgender women, especially those of color and those impacted by incarnation. And those impacted by incarceration, especially those of women of color. A veteran of the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, Miss Major has spent decades fighting for dignity and safety of transgender women, especially those of color. Her nonprofit, the Griffin Gracie Educational and Historical Center, confirmed that our matriarch is resting comfortably and surrounded by love. For generations of activists, Miss Major has been more than a leader. She's been a mother figure, a survivor, and a fierce protector of her community. Her impact lives on in every shelter, advocacy group, and protest that continues her mission. Our next story takes us to Virginia, where Virginia debate sparks outrage. In Virginia's gubernatorial debate this week, Lieutenant Governor Winston Earl Sears sparked outrage after claiming that opposing same-sex marriage or firing someone for being gay does not amount to discrimination. Her comments, delivered during an exchange with rival Representative Abigail Spanberger, drew gasps from the audience and immediate condemnation from LGBTQ plus groups. Earl Sears has leaned into anti-trans rhetoric, suggesting schools should have the right to restrict transgender students' participation in sports and access to bathrooms aligning with their gender identity. Spanberger responded sharply, saying, "Discrimination by any other name is still discrimination." Civil rights groups have called the remarks dangerous and dehumanizing, warning that rhetoric like this threatens to roll back decades of progress. Next, we go to Nevada, where Nevada official resigns after anti-gay slur. In Nevada, a high-ranking law enforcement has stepped. I already did this one. And then our last story is Philadelphia to open LGBTQ plus visitor center. Philadelphia, long known for the birthplace of American independence, is making new history as it prepares to open one of the nation's first LGBTQ plus visitor center. Opening January of 2026, the Philly Pride Visitor Center will be located on the corner of 12th and Locust, right in the heart of the city's historic neighborhood. The center will welcome LGBTQ plus travelers from around the world, offering everything from itinerary planning to ticketing, local guides, and queer-owned souvenirs. It's a collaboration between Visit Philadelphia, Visit PA, and the Philadelphia Gay News, and it builds on the city's deep roots in LGBTQ plus activism. From the 1965 Dewey sit-in to the nation's first Reminder Day marches at Independence Hall, Angela Val, CEO of Visit Philadelphia, said it best. The center ensures that every traveler feels seen, welcomed, and celebrated. The project will also serve as part of the city's U.S. semi-quincentennial celebration, that is a mouthful, in 2026. A milestone that will draw record visitors for the 250th anniversary of the United States. With Philly's long history of inclusion, the new Pride Center will stand as both a symbol of progress and a reminder that the city, like the community it honors, was built on resilience. And that was reported by the Philadelphia Gay News. I think we're going to just say that one part again. Angela Vale, CEO of Visit Philadelphia, said it best. The center ensures that every traveler feels seen, welcomed, and celebrated. This project also will serve as part of the city's U.S. 250th year celebration in 2026, a milestone that will draw visitors for the 250th anniversary of the United States. With Philly's long history of inclusion, the new Pride Center will stand as both a symbol of progress and a reminder that the city, like the community honors, was built on resilience. And that was reported by the Philadelphia Gay News. And that's the news for today on Sunday, October the 12th. Thanks so much for listening. Check in later this week for more LGBTQ plus news and have a great Sunday.